What's going on, y'all? We are back for another episode, the final for this season, episode review of Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is season 1, and I'll leave the episode somewhere in the title, description, whatever. So, okay. I'm kind of glad we are at this stopping point with this season because it's been exhausting. It just a lot going on, a lot and then nothing. It's just a whole bunch of shit and then a whole bunch of nothingness at the same time. So I'm glad we able to put a period at the end of this season, and we gonna see what the reunion is talking about next week. But anyway, y'all, let's get into the episode. Starts out with Trick and Trina at the radio station, and they are going to do a backyard barbecue. And just some other little conversation going on. The guy asked them, out of all this time, had they ever smashed? Just bullshit, fill a conversation. And then Trina and Trick end up having their own conversation once the interview was over, and they talk about Joy and the divorce. Okay, so okay, wait a minute, hold up, let's go back to the interview because this has to do with what's going on with the Trick and Joy divorce. Anyway, Trick admits that his ass is childish, okay? And he said, I ain't gonna never grow up. And that's obvious because of the way he's acting with this divorce situation. Joy said he has a tendency to flip-flop. So he told her he was gonna give her the divorce. Now he's saying he's not gonna do it. So as he was sitting there talking to Trina, he claims that he, quote, let Joy date because Trina told him that she was dating. And so he says, yeah, Joy date because I let her date. And he said in his confessional says, well, the separation was her idea. I didn't want her to go nowhere anyway. And he reneges on his promise to give her the divorce. Okay, so it's just a big old mess. I don't do niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure it was warning signs of Trick's childish behavior as they were together. But I'm not judging, because once you start developing feelings for a person and you end up in love with the person, you already in. But that's, I guess at this point, that's really neither here nor there, because Trick like, fuck it, I'm not giving her the divorce. Cool. Next we have the Pretty Ricky crew. I can't. Slickum, he just looks dirty. That naked picture, the fact that he took his damn pants off at the concert, them golds in his mouth, that dirty ass that shit. He just looked like his top lip stank. And so do Whoa, Baby Blue. Baby Blue Whoa give me creepy. He give me like that third, fourth cousin at the family reunion that know y'all blood related, but he trying to holler, so he keep following you around and shit. Keep trying to sit next to you at the cookout. Trying to hug you, trying to put his arm around you too much. Like, I can't with Whoa. Baby Blue Whoa. I can't. But anyway, so they chopping it up. P talks about some issues. He just kind of ticking off orders of business. So he starts with what did he start with? He started with that funky ass naked picture. Then he says, he brings up the shit about Woe and Bucky working together, and for some reason, Woe wants to get all touchy about the situation, talking about why you bringing it like this. This nigga been acting like he trying to do something, like he really want that smoke. Since we seen him, like jumping up in people's face and everything. And I'm just saying, the way his fat ass rolled out of that ring on the last episode when he was with Scrappy, he don't need to be acting like he want to fight nobody. I'm just saying. But P was just saying, you know, you could have just told me what was up. You know what I'm saying? Bros before hoes, basically, is what he was saying. And that's what I said. You know, I was like, you know, damn, he could have just at least told him what was going on, so it wouldn't have been like a blindside type of situation. But anyway, that was that. I don't think they talked about too much else. They pretty much squashed everything, and they came to a cohesive standpoint. So that was that. Now, Gunplay. Gunplay is down to the beach with the Babalao. The Babalao. I said, okay, Gunplay, come through with the Babalao and the all white. Whatever you got to do to get yourself right, you know, go ahead. Whatever it is you feel necessary to do. So that's what he did. He's down there with Phil, and he is offering fruit to the goddess of something. He said, I forgot the name that he mentioned. But anyway, so they do that, and Kiara comes through. Okay, Gunplay tries to give her this whole spiritual cleanliness rundown, and Kiara's like, no, we not gonna do that. Fuck what you talking about. Fuck that damn Babalao. Okay, I ain't come down here for this. I've been shot 3 times. 3 times I've been shot, and I just don't have the wherewithal to go through this shit with you. You about to be 40 years old. I'm gonna need you to get this shit together. Okay? So either you take your ass to rehab or I'm gone. And he like, oh, so you just gonna give me an ultimatum? What about all the other 700 and some odd days that I was saying, let's spend time. You hungry? Basically being attentive to her is what he was saying, but that has nothing to do with anything. You know, it just doesn't. It has no bearing on the situation. When you talking about a drug addiction, and then you trying to mitigate that with pleading your case about how you being attentive and everything, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do in a relationship. What you're not supposed to be doing is getting high and flipping the fuck out and making your woman feel insecure about your relationship and making her feel like, well, goddamn, I just wasted my fucking time. That's what you're not supposed to do. So anyway, Kiara, you know, and she basically like, this ain't even no ultimatum for real, because I'm damn near out the door. So you decide, okay? And I feel her. I definitely feel her. Like I was saying, you know, that I didn't think it was a good idea for her to confront him at the video shoot, but I understand why she did it. I mean, me personally, you know, I say it all the time, I'm a very non-confrontational person, so I probably wouldn't have done that myself, but I totally get it, and she had to do what she had to do. So shout out to Kiara for standing her ground and having herself be heard and not retreating. And so let me see. The barbecue. Now, this is where all the events of the rest of the show pretty much happen, okay? We start out at the barbecue with Bobby and Miami Tip coming through. And Miami Tip is pretty much trying to be the peacemaker between Bobby and Trina because of the blow up that happened at Bobby's single release party. So Tip is like, you know, she only blew up like that because you was trash talking her on the radio, and Bobby is just on it, you know, with the whole Trina doesn't support me thing. But at this point, it is, again, that's it's redundant. So, but they, they talking, and Bobby is receptive to what Miami Tip is saying, so he agrees to apologize to Trina. Okay, and then he also thanks Tip for hooking up the thing with Jeffrey coming to the single release party. Because he was like, otherwise, he didn't know anything about it, and otherwise, Jeffrey probably wouldn't have been there. And then Bobby says he was glad that happened, because now he and Jeffrey can move on and get to a better place and eventually be friends. So that was that. Now this right here is why this shit is so exhausting. This damn Veronica Vega and Hollywood are riding to the barbecue together. They're having this conversation, and I told y'all, these two motherfuckers are one and the same. They one and the same, because otherwise, I'm like, why else would they be gravitating towards each other? You know what I'm saying? They both are snake motherfuckers. That's just how I feel about it. Because Hollywood was just all smiling and sniggling and giggling with Amada. Now the shit at the networking event happened. Now he's sniggling and giggling with Veronica. So I guess he just, whoever he feel like he could slide with, that's the one that he gonna hop on the bandwagon for. So that's how I feel about it. But they talking, and Veronica talking about all real recognize real. So Hollywood chose the side, and he chose the right side, and child, I can't. And then she also says to him that if he going to work with her, he can't be working with Amada. Now, I just don't get that. I don't get that. Like, we supposed to be grown. What difference does it make, unless she is giving up some coochie? Like, that's the only reason I can think of that she would feel so strongly about him not working with her, because she feel threatened by Amada. But I don't know. But then he also mentions that Amada was acting ghetto. Motherfuck you. I don't even know. It irritates me that badly, to the point where I'm barely able to articulate what I really want to say about him, because this whole his view on color, the way he called Juju Big Booty Judy, just his overall disrespect, and then to now be using the term ghetto to describe what happened at the networking event. He's a motherfucker. I don't like him, and I just don't. Then at the cookout, there's JoJo and Amada talking. So Amada is telling JoJo about what happened at the networking event, and brings up Steph LaCour. And Amada refers to Steph as a peacemaker. But JoJo was like, no, fuck that bitch. She ain't no peacemaker. That bitch know what she doing. Her ass is a wayward ass, straddling the fence, messy ass bitch. So, and I said that too. Like, Steph is the one. She is the one throwing rocks and hiding her hand. That's just it about her. Let's see, what else? Y'all, then Steph shows up. Okay, she shows up walking through and talking about she had the best intentions, which is a lie. She know what she doing. I think she just starting shit for the sake of starting shit. Veronica comes in, enters Veronica, and as soon as she came in, she talking shit, talking about hoe ass bitch or whatever. She was just obnoxious when she walked in, talking shit about JoJo and Amada. Okay, but Hollywood Hollywood kicking it with her, talking about he don't want that ghetto-ness around him. But look at the bitch you hanging with, okay? So anyway, they get to fighting. And they get separated, and then Veronica lets it come out of her mouth about Amada claiming to be a part of a culture that she don't know nothing about, and talking about her skin, maybe Amada's skin may be darker, her skin may be lighter, but I'm a real one, and all of this bullshit. Listen, that motherfucker has bleached blonde hair, okay? And talking about we all black. No, bitch. No, I tried to understand where she was coming from when she came up with using the word nigga. Like her rationale for saying that when they look at us, they see niggas, right? Even though that shit was totally wrong, I still was like, okay, maybe I understand what she's trying to say, but the shit was still totally just off base. But right here with this shit talking about we all black, no, bitch, you look like a straight up white woman. You look like a white woman. So she's whack. That's just it. And in the confessional with this open jacket with no bra on, that shit looks stupid. That shit look real stupid. So fuck her too. Y'all. Jeffrey shows up with some damn flowers for Malika. They sit down and they had this kumbaya moment. And, you know, it was bullshit because they both each pleading their case and telling their side, and Malik is like, yeah, you know, that was hard for me. I made this decision for you and all that bullshit. Jeffrey's like, yeah, well, I want to be with you and anything you need me to do. And it's just exhausting. But they have their moment. They hug and they kiss. And the thing so they hug and they kiss. But I just don't get it. I mean, I understand that Malik said that he is out now, you know, but I still just don't, it's something that's not connecting for me. Like, I don't know, he just seems very comfortable very quickly, and that's just a total contrast to how insecure he is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it just doesn't add up to me, because for him to be as insecure as he is about himself and his sexuality, it just seems odd that he could be so comfortable to be open like that with Jeffrey. So anyway, let's move on, y'all. Bobby goes and visits Trina in her trailer to apologize, and it was cool for what it was, but what I don't, it's just really annoying to me is the fact that Trina is so arrogant, like talking about you know, he using her name to make himself relevant. And as they were talking, she said she was getting ready to go perform, and she was like, yeah, let me show you how it's really done. And then in her confessional saying, I see his potential now, and so now he has a chance to prove to me that he's worthy, basically. And I mean, I just don't understand why she has positioned herself on this pedestal like that. I don't care how much success she's had as an artist, it's still like, you know, I mean, where you been? I mean, I'm not chomping at the bit for no Trick and Trina album. You know what I mean? I'm just not. That shit was back in the day. Shut Up, Baddest Bitch, all that shit. Take It to the House. That shit was back in the day. So I mean, I just don't think she should treat him like that. Even if she feels like he's extra and too much, she still doesn't have to mistreat him. You know, that's all I'm saying. And yeah, Bobby is a lot. Bobby is a lot to take, but you still shouldn't mistreat him. You know, and he hasn't, as far as I've seen, he hasn't done anything to just blatantly disrespect Trina. He hasn't done it, you know. So I'm just like, damn, bitch, what got you perched so high on this pedestal? But anyway, he apologizes. She so-called accepts it, and you know, because he told her, he was like, you know, bitch, you my family at the end of the day, so if anybody is fucking with you, they basically fucking with me, and it's gonna be a problem. So, you know, I just feel like Bobby's a little bit more sincere than Trina, if that makes any sense. So then Joy and Trick are at the barbecue, and they talking about the divorce situation. And Trick once again says that in his confessional says, I'm not happy. So if I ain't happy, I don't want her to be happy. And that's just some bitch assness. You know what I'm saying? Some old selfish ass shit. And he just reminds me of the type of dude that pushed too far will be one of them stories that's on like Forensic Files or some investigation ID shit. Like, if I can't have you, can't nobody else have you. He don't get me crazy like that, but it's along that same line. Like, he just wants her to be miserable. He's more on the continuum of misery loves company. He's miserable, and he wants Joy to be miserable along with him. So, child, still a bunch of nothingness. Now, here, Jeffrey and Malik are leaving the function, and this is where the sparks fly, because Malik, okay, so right off the bat, he's walking with Jeffrey, and Malik is once again calling Bobby a creature, a queen, and decides to confront him. It's like, Miami's too small, so I'ma just go ahead and get this over with right now. But let me tell y'all something. Bobby read the fuck out of him, okay? Bobby was like, no, bitch, basically. Like, you ain't got no business trying to come between what me and Jeffrey got, you know. And Malika talking about, yeah, well, he's not your man, he's my man. All this old prissy shit, prissy bullshit. And then here we got, again, another motherfucker trying to place themselves on a pedestal above somebody else, talking about Bobby makes chump change and he's all professional. He got this life and all of this and that. Bobby's like, bitch, I'll jump over this car. I'll jump over this car. And we know Bobby will do it. Now, Malik got size on Bobby, but Bobby got heart. So all that rah, rah, rah Malik is doing, bitch, shut your ass up. Shut up. Okay? Go lay down. Go wrap yourself up in a down comforter. Lay down, get comfortable, watch you some TV, because you doing too much and you need to relax. And then I don't know what exactly Bobby said to Malik, but he said something that set Malik off. And because Bobby didn't even raise his voice at Malik, but for some reason Malik was like, you gonna bring your tone down talking to me, otherwise it ain't gonna be no conversation. And they just still going at it. But then Bobby ended up saying something, but they bleeped it out. And I think for some reason, I think Bobby called him a cunt. Maybe not. Y'all tell me in the comments, what did Bobby call him? But that shit set him off, and he ran off they tried to close the gate, and he like, don't you close that gate, don't you close the gate. So he just went off. and just totally in real queen fashion, he just took it way too far, because he started that shit, and something touched a nerve and he couldn't take it, and then he runs off crying. Child, I can't. He called Bobby a bitch, a pussy ass nigga. Ooh, child. Malik, I don't know. Somebody gonna fuck him up. Now P and Joy are sitting at the table at the barbecue talking. They talking about the divorce shit. P asking her how's it going and all of this and that. Dawn with her purposeless ass shows up. Shay shows up, and Bucky shows up, and just out the gate calls Joy a snitch, and Shay confronts Joy about the whole telling P about Scrappy and all that shit, right? But Joy basically was like, because we know Shay want to fight all the time, and Joy was like, mind your manners, okay, because you don't want it with me, okay? But Shay, that's just her claim to fame, is letting these niggas dog her out and being out here just reckless, trying to fight everybody, looking like a damn fool. So that happens, and Shay trying to jump over the table, Joy trying to get at her. They get separated. Joy takes off and tries to run after Shay, and so anyway, that was that. And Dawn ends up, Shay hops in the Uber, and Dawn is there talking to her, and Shay is like, well, do Trick know how cozy Joy and P are? Do he know that? And Dawn's old messy ass, no, he had no idea about that. And then Bucky talking about, well, he need to know what his hoe out here doing. I can't, just bye, okay? It's just all too much. Then, okay, the closing montage. We just gonna go down the list. Joy decides to see a lawyer for the divorce. Veronica Vega says she always been a real one, and whoever can't get down with her can suck her dick. And she's up there with Hollywood's greasy ass. So I guess they sucking each other dick. JoJo, we see the outcome of the whole court situation was that she ended up siding with her mom so her mom could get her just due. And she ended up securing another investor for Zoror Boutique, that's cool. And I guess she like, shit, I don't want to end up like my mother, so I need to not rely on a dude, her father, and secure my bag otherwise. So she's doing that, and they're planning to take the boutique, expand the boutique. Cool. Gunplay goes to rehab, so shout out to Gunplay. I want to see him and Kiara come back for the next season. Pleasure P and Pretty Ricky, I guess they back together. Baby Blue Woe looked ridiculous in that damn sequin camouflage, whatever the fuck. And Slickum, he looked terrible doing cartwheels. The only one that is still kind of cute was the other little one, the other little light-skinned one. I don't remember his name, but him and Pleasure P still decent. Let's see. Bucky claims that she went to Miami for a new beginning. But the thing about it is that you can't expect new beginnings with old behaviors. Okay, so, it just is what it is. She got what she set herself up for. La Princesa claims that he is the king. He's ascended to a king now. That's bullshit. It's just all over his face. Bobby says, he's learned that there are consequences to his actions, and his actions caused him to lose his relationship. But on the flip side, he and Trina are in a better place. Malik and Jeffrey are together, and then Amada. She was performing, you know, she looked real pretty. She had on her little, it looked like a majorette outfit. So she's performing, and shout out to her. You know, we seen throughout the season, she eventually ended up with the CoverGirl endorsement. We know she got the record deal and everything. So that's that, y'all. And I'm done. Okay, so listen, leave your comments down below. What did y'all think about the season? Who do y'all think should go? Who should come back? I am thinking they can get rid of Bucky's ass. And shit, where's Jackie O? Where's Jackie O? Maybe bring her on. Get rid of Trina and bring Jackie O on. I don't know, but pussy real good. Pussy real good. Y'all remember that? That pussy off the chain. Go on and do your thing. Anyway, I'm gone, y'all. That's it. Like this video, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And I will catch y'all in the next video. All right, y'all. Peace.